friends, today we celebrate the 27th Sunday of the ordinary season. I remember a man who loved God was going through a deep and very strong trial and pain and problems. He was almost losing his faith in God. Once, while he was walking in the garden with his son, who wanted to climb a tree, and so he did. And for his weight, the branches were giving way. It was breaking, and the boy was afraid and started calling out to his father. The father saw him, held up his arms, and told him to jump. The son immediately jumped and was safe in his father's arms. This incident, later the man realized and says, thinking about this incident had a message for him. For God wanted him to entrust himself totally into his arms, like his son trusted and believed him and landed in his arms safely. Yes, my dear friends, the living faith is essential in daily life. In the first reading, the prophet Habakkuk feels that God has forsaken him, and in his anguish he even challenged God. How long, God? I cry for help, but you do not listen. Prophet Habakkuk had to learn God's ways and not his ways. God's reasoning is not his reasoning. Therefore, my dear friends, a psychiatrist says, to live is to suffer, and to survive is to find meaning in the suffering. If there is a purpose in suffering and dying as well. Of course there is. No doubt we all experience suffering, pain. But do we find any meaning in it? Can we find life and resurrection of Jesus? There is a link between our suffering and the suffering and death and resurrection of Jesus. My dear friends, if not, Jesus would rightly scold us as he did to his disciples. Do we really believe in the word of God? In the redemptive act of Jesus' suffering? Jesus' faith illumines. Yes, my dear friends, faith in Jesus illumines and it opens the door to understanding. It gives assurance. It shows meaning in life. Jesus wants our happiness and life. Yet the way he shows frightens us. We need to take it as a challenge. Yes, my dear friends, faith generates courage and engenders a sense of values in us. Faith cures. If our prayer is not answered, it is often because our faith is weak. We do not have full trust and confidence in the Lord who still works wonders. Therefore, my dear friends, let us join the apostles and say, Lord, increase our faith.